All right, so what's up, guys? So we're out here on another run, out here doing this craziness. For all you guys who simply sit back, watch, admire, and enjoy, and not lose all of our shit. So essentially, throughout your life, you're gonna have to learn several lessons, right? Whether you like it or not, because some of them, especially, might be shoved in your face, right? And you know, they can even be quite harsh and brutal, right? Because oftentimes people even say, like, if you don't choose the easy way to learn, you're gonna learn the hard way, right? When you are inevitably forced, you know, to take the advice and learn the lesson. But in order to prevent that, you know, I will give you 4 important things that I learned in my life, and for you, you know, to hopefully take in and apply, right? Enjoy. So, you know, without further ado, the first thing that I learned in my life in particular is to not care what people think, right? Stop giving enough, right? And so forth. And you know, for so many of us, that can be hard, right? It could seem impossible, perhaps. And arguably, you know, that's something that takes practice. It takes a skill to learn. Yo, what's good, bro? How are you? Essentially, right, you have to drop it, because when you give people so much influence, oh man, we messed up. When you give people so much power and influence on your life, right, through giving them, you know, taking in their opinions, right? While some may be constructive, some may be there to help us and to keep us going forward, but others, not so much, right? Others can hurt us, right? Make us feel bad, make us doubt ourselves. And, you know, they're only simple mental wounds, right, that you create yourself, because somebody can come up to you and punch you in the face, right? And you won't be able to deny that it will hurt, right? It'll feel bad. You'll get a black eye, whatever you get. And you know, the same isn't necessarily true, you know, for when people come up to you and tell you wrong, right? Because not everyone, you know, has the best advice for you, right? So many of us want to really have the validation and acceptance from other people, right? Their word can mean everything to us, but you know, you're not gonna please everyone, right? There's always gonna be doubters and critics of you. So all you can do is not worry about it so much and keep trudging forward, right? Which is our second lesson that we learned, right? Is that you always have to keep going no matter what. You can't stop. You can't give up, right? Barring special circumstances, like if you go to the gym and you're injured, okay, yes, you may want to rest if you broke your leg, right? We're not saying to go running and try to do a marathon with a broken leg, right? Although people have in fact done that, right? Crazy feats have been achieved, but you get it, right? You get, you know, that you have to keep going. But if you have something crazy, you don't necessarily have to, but you have to learn to realize when your mind is just playing a trick on you, or, you know, it's reality, it's real life or death choices. And for many of us, you know, we struggle with that, right? Even I remember reading a book, you know, my family was running their first marathon, and I was encouraged to read this book by Jeff Galloway. And in reading that book, I learned that races like marathons are more mental than physical, because so much, you know, of the pain and torture that you get running a marathon is not physical, right? People think it's your legs, you're gonna get so tired, but most of it is in your mind. And specifically, he talks about, I believe it's like mile 21 or 22, around that area when it's that last, you know, couple, 3, 4, 5 miles before you finish. It could feel, you know, like the end of the world is near, right? You may want to stop, but for so many of us, you know, it's just BS. It's just your mind playing a trick on you, right? Telling you, you know, to stop, when in reality, you should keep going, right? It's not the appropriate time to finish. But, you know, for so many of us, you know, we listen to it, right? That evil whisper in our ears, that can essentially hurt us, right? It pulls us away from our objectives. There's so many of us fall prey to that. And all you have to do is keep trudging, keep trudging. You feel pain, keep going, because the pain is normal. It's a part of the process, right? And that's tip number 3. So you're gonna have to deal with pain and rejection always, right? You'll never be able to get fully rid of it, right? So many people are afraid of rejection, of failure, but what people don't realize is that you need it to get to where you want to go, to that success, right? It's nearly impossible, you know, to win, you know, an NBA title and go undefeated, or even, let alone, never miss a shot. You're always gonna have to deal with that. It's a natural part of the game. And if you're afraid to miss a shot, you're probably either not even gonna take it, or you're gonna be so worried and so unconfident that it's gonna miss. So, all you can do is remember the shots that you've made, right? Remember what you've done, and don't be afraid, you know, when the outcome that you wanted doesn't come, right? You have to be patient. You have to give it time. You have to be, you know, cold and almost unemotional, right? Because even when you win, you can't let it get in your head so much, right? Because it's almost intoxicating, right? Winning can feel great. For so many of us, like the Michael Jordans of the world, winning can be everything. But what happens if you don't win, right? You have a bad night. It'll be horrible, right? For so many of us, you know, that can happen and we let it get to us. But it's not everything. It's not the end of the world, because tomorrow you wake up and it's a brand new day, right? But even then, you have to realize, you know, that our time is limited, right? That's point number 4, because tomorrow you may not wake up. Tomorrow I may not wake up, but you never know what's in store for our lives, right? So live every day like it's your last, right? That old cliche, you probably heard it a million times, right? And even if you heard it a million times, you probably haven't really stopped and thought about it. Because if you really, you know, consider that this world is not here forever, right? It can feel like everything, right? High school can feel like something that lasts forever. It's never gonna end. I'm always gonna be this awkward freshman or sophomore, or this badass senior, right? That, you know, is skipping class all day. That time is gonna end one day, right? It's only 4 years of your life. For some it's more, but you get what I'm saying, right? High school, college, your career, it's only a limited time frame. And only thing you could do is cherish each day and each moment and enjoy it through the highs and the lows, because it's a natural part of life, right? You should be happy, you know, that good and bad is happening to you, right? Because if you only got good, then you get old, you get tired of it, you'd feel empty, right? The secret to life isn't really, you know, about having to have everything and win all the time. It's to still be content when you have the bad. You have to realize that the bad is actually good, because it gives you an opportunity to learn and grow, right? Who doesn't like to improve and get better? So I'll leave you with that. And those are the 4 important things that I've learned in my life and we hope that you're able to learn and apply them. So without further ado, we say thank you very much and goodbye.